CLEP English Literature Literary Periods. Question 1. Considering a CLEP-style clue during passage analysis, which term matches the clue that a passage uses unrhymed iambic pentameter in elevated drama or epic? Option A. Ottava rima. Option B. Free verse. Option C. Blank verse. Option D. Heroic couplet. The correct answer is option C. Blank verse. Blank verse fits because blank verse is unrhymed iambic pentameter, a form strongly associated with Shakespearean drama and Miltonic epic. Heroic couplet is wrong because heroic couplets rhyme in pairs. Ottava rima and free verse describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 2. Which period is most associated with fragmentation, stream of consciousness, mythic illusion, alienation, and post-war disillusionment? Option A. Middle English/Medieval. Option B. Modernism. Option C. Romantic. Option D. Neoclassical. The correct answer is option B. Modernism. Modernism fits because it is commonly linked with fragmentation, stream of consciousness, mythic illusion, alienation, and post-war disillusionment. Middle English/Medieval is different because medieval writing often uses pilgrimage, romance, and religious allegory. Neoclassical and Romantic point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 3. Could witty comedy of manners, political satire, and a renewed theatre after 1660 point to which literary period? Option A. Anglo-Saxon/Old English. Option B. Restoration. Option C. Romantic. Option D. Postmodern. The correct answer is option B. Restoration. Restoration fits because it is commonly linked with witty comedy of manners, political satire, and a renewed theatre after 1660. Anglo-Saxon/Old English is different because that period centers on heroic epic and alliterative verse. Romantic and postmodern point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 4. When a passage shows a novel told through letters or documents, which term fits? Option A. Motif. Option B. Bildungsroman. Option C. Octave. Option D. Epistolary novel. The correct answer is option D. Epistolary novel. Epistolary novel fits because it means a novel told through letters or documents. Octave and motif refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Bildungsroman is also different. Frame narrative embeds stories inside a larger story. Dramatic monologue is a poem with one speaker. Satire mocks social faults. Question 5. Tracing a CLEP-style clue, how should a clue about imagination, nature, emotion, the ordinary person, and the value of individual experience be classified? Option A. Romantic. Option B. Neoclassical. Option C. Restoration. Option D. Victorian. The correct answer is option A. Romantic. Romantic fits because it is commonly linked with imagination, nature, emotion, the ordinary person, and the value of individual experience. Neoclassical is different because neoclassical literature values order, satire, and rational polish. Restoration and Victorian point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 6. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue, recognizing William Shakespeare should lead to which title? Option A. Othello. Option B. In Memoriam AHH. Option C. Preface to Shakespeare. Option D. Middlemarch. The correct answer is option A. Othello. Othello fits because it is William Shakespeare's work, a tragedy built around jealousy, manipulation, race, and trust. In Memoriam AHH is associated with Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Preface to Shakespeare is associated with Samuel Johnson. Middlemarch belongs with George Eliot, not this author clue. Question 7. How would a clue about Alexander Pope most likely be answered? Option A. The Rape of the Lock. Option B. Ulysses. Option C. Paradise Lost. Option D. Tom Jones. The correct answer is option A. The Rape of the Lock. The Rape of the Lock fits because it is Alexander Pope's work, a mock-heroic poem using heroic couplets to satirize social vanity. Tom Jones is associated with Henry Fielding. Paradise Lost is associated with John Milton. Ulysses belongs with James Joyce, not this author clue. Question 8. Studying a CLEP-style clue, if you see Samuel Johnson, which title should you remember? Option A. Preface to Shakespeare. Option B. Waiting for Godot. Option C. Dr. Faustus. Option D. Hamlet. The correct answer is option A. Preface to Shakespeare. Preface to Shakespeare fits because it is Samuel Johnson's work, an important neoclassical critical essay defending Shakespeare while noting faults. Waiting for Godot is associated with Samuel Beckett. Hamlet is associated with William Shakespeare. Dr. Faustus belongs with Christopher Marlowe, not this author clue. Question 9. Who wrote The Rape of the Lock? Option A. Alexander Pope. Option B. Christopher Marlowe. Option C. William Shakespeare. Option D. Derek Walcott. The correct answer is option A. Alexander Pope. Alexander Pope fits because The Rape of the Lock is a mock-heroic poem using heroic couplets to satirize social vanity. Derek Walcott is linked to Omrose, Christopher Marlowe is linked to Dr. Faustus. William Shakespeare points instead to Hamlet, so it does not match this clue. Question 10. Which period is most associated with alliterative verse, heroic loyalty, oral tradition, and a warrior culture? Option A. Romantic. Option B. Middle English. Option C. Anglo-Saxon/Old English. Option D. Modernism. The correct answer is option C. Anglo-Saxon/Old English. Anglo-Saxon/Old English fits because it is commonly linked with alliterative verse, heroic loyalty, oral tradition, and a warrior culture. Middle English is different because Middle English is more closely tied to Chaucer, estates satire, and later medieval forms. Romantic and modernism point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 11. Can you name the literary term for a direct address to an absent person, abstract idea, or thing? Option A. Caesura. Option B. Dramatic irony. Option C. Apostrophe. Option D. Enjambment. The correct answer is option C. Apostrophe. Apostrophe fits because it means a direct address to an absent person, abstract idea, or thing. Dramatic irony and caesura refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Enjambment is also different. Soliloquy is a speech by a character alone on stage. Satire attacks folly. Metonymy substitutes an associated term. Question 12. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue among these choices, which one explains a passage where a 14-line poem divides into an octave and sestet? Option A. Villanelle. Option B. Petrarchan sonnet. Option C. Shakespearean sonnet. Option D. Ballad. The correct answer is option B. Petrarchan sonnet. Petrarchan sonnet fits because the Petrarchan sonnet usually turns between an 8-line octave and a 6-line sestet. Shakespearean sonnet is wrong because Shakespearean sonnets use 3 quatrains and a closing couplet. Ballad and villanelle describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 13. Testing a CLEP-style clue, choose the work most closely linked with William Wordsworth. Option A. Othello. Option B. Lyrical ballads. Option C. Don Juan. Option D. The Canterbury Tales. The correct answer is option B. Lyrical ballads. Lyrical ballads fits because it is William Wordsworth's work, a landmark romantic collection favoring ordinary language, nature, feeling, and imagination. Don Juan is associated with Lord Byron. The Canterbury Tales is associated with Geoffrey Chaucer. Othello belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 14. When Virginia Woolf appears in review, which title fits? Option A. Mrs. Dalloway. Option B. Ulysses. Option C. Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Option D. Frankenstein. The correct answer is option A. Mrs. Dalloway. Mrs. Dalloway fits because it is Virginia Woolf's work, a modernist novel using stream of consciousness, memory, and a single-day structure. Tess of the D'Urbervilles is associated with Thomas Hardy. Frankenstein is associated with Mary Shelley. Ulysses belongs with James Joyce, not this author clue. Question 15. Identify the period linked with intellectual conceits, paradox, argumentative speakers, and spiritual or erotic wit. Option A. Romantic poetry. Option B. Victorian realism. Option C. Old English poetry. Option D. Metaphysical poetry. The correct answer is option D. Metaphysical poetry. Metaphysical poetry fits because it is commonly linked with intellectual conceits, paradox, argumentative speakers, and spiritual or erotic wit. Romantic poetry is different because romantic poetry favors imagination, nature, and emotional intensity. Victorian realism and Old English poetry point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 16. When a review note mentions order, reason, decorum, satire, heroic couplets, and classical imitation, which period fits? Option A. Modernism. Option B. Romantic. Option C. Neoclassical/18th century. Option D. Renaissance. The correct answer is option C. Neoclassical/18th century. Neoclassical/18th century fits because it is commonly linked with order, reason, decorum, satire, heroic couplets, and classical imitation. Renaissance is different because Renaissance writing highlights humanism, drama, and exploration of individual ambition. Romantic and modernism point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 17. Who wrote Paradise Lost? Option A. Virginia Woolf. Option B. Thomas Hardy. Option C. John Donne. Option D. John Milton. The correct answer is option D. John Milton. John Milton fits because Paradise Lost is a blank verse epic on the fall, Satan, obedience, free will, and divine justice. Thomas Hardy is linked to Tess of the D'Urbervilles. John Donne is linked to Holy Sonnets. Virginia Woolf points instead to Mrs. Dalloway, so it does not match this clue. Question 18. If a poem uses a mode using mystery, terror, isolation, haunted spaces, and psychological darkness, which device is present? Option A. Conceit. Option B. Gothic. Option C. Villanelle. Option D. Alliteration. The correct answer is option B. Gothic. Gothic fits because it means a mode using mystery, terror, isolation, haunted spaces, and psychological darkness. Alliteration and conceit refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Villanelle is also different. Pastoral idealizes the countryside. Neoclassicism favors order and reason. Comedy aims at laughter or social correction. Question 19. If a clue names King Lear, which author is expected? Option A. John Keats. Option B. Kazuo Ishiguro. Option C. William Shakespeare. Option D. Matthew Arnold. The correct answer is option C. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare fits because King Lear is a tragedy about authority, family betrayal, madness, and suffering. John Keats is linked to Ode on a Grecian Urn. Kazuo Ishiguro is linked to The Remains of the Day. Matthew Arnold points instead to Dover Beach, so it does not match this clue. Question 20. Examining a CLEP-style clue among these periods, which one matches humanism, courtly culture, sonnets, revenge tragedy, and flourishing drama? Option A. Neoclassical. Option B. Modernism. Option C. Renaissance. Option D. Anglo-Saxon/Old English. The correct answer is option C. Renaissance. Renaissance fits because it is commonly linked with humanism, courtly culture, sonnets, revenge tragedy, and flourishing drama. Anglo-Saxon/Old English is different because Old English literature is known for heroic epic and alliterative verse. Neoclassical and modernism point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 21. Considering a CLEP-style clue, how should a clue about industrial society, social reform, realism, class mobility, faith and doubt, and long novels be classified? Option A. Anglo-Saxon/Old English. Option B. Romantic. Option C. Victorian. Option D. Renaissance. The correct answer is option C. Victorian. Victorian fits because it is commonly linked with industrial society, social reform, realism, class mobility, faith and doubt, and long novels. Romantic is different because romantic literature places greater emphasis on imagination, nature, and individual feeling. Anglo-Saxon/Old English and Renaissance point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 22. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue among these works, which one is by Geoffrey Chaucer? Option A. Troilus and Cresside. Option B. Heart of Darkness. Option C. The Temple. Option D. Tess of the D'Urbervilles. The correct answer is option A. Troilus and Cresside. Troilus and Cresside fits because it is Geoffrey Chaucer's work, a Middle English narrative poem focused on love, fortune, and betrayal. Tess of the D'Urbervilles is associated with Thomas Hardy. Heart of Darkness is associated with Joseph Conrad. The Temple belongs with George Herbert, not this author clue. Question 23. Choose the work most closely linked with anonymous Old English poet. Option A. Dover Beach. Option B. To His Coy Mistress. Option C. Beowulf. Option D. The Canterbury Tales. The correct answer is option C. Beowulf. Beowulf fits because it is anonymous Old English poet's work, an Anglo-Saxon heroic epic built around monsters, loyalty, fame, and alliterative verse. To His Coy Mistress is associated with Andrew Marvell. Dover Beach is associated with Matthew Arnold. The Canterbury Tales belongs with Geoffrey Chaucer, not this author clue. Question 24. When a passage shows a long elevated narrative poem about heroic or cosmic events, which term fits? Option A. Heroic couplet. Option B. Soliloquy. Option C. Epic. Option D. Kenning. The correct answer is option C. Epic. Epic fits because it means a long elevated narrative poem about heroic or cosmic events. Kenning and soliloquy refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Heroic couplet is also different. Lyric poetry focuses on personal feeling, comedy resolves conflict happily, essay presents prose argument. Question 25. Tracing a CLEP style clue during terminology review, which term matches a narrative in which characters or events carry sustained symbolic or moral meanings? Option A, dramatic irony. Option B, heroic couplet. Option C, allegory. Option D, satire. The correct answer is option C, allegory. Allegory fits because it means a narrative in which characters or events carry sustained symbolic or moral meanings. Heroic couplet and satire refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Dramatic irony is also different. Metaphor is a shorter implied comparison. Realism imitates ordinary life. Caesura is a pause inside a poetic line. Question 26. Select a term for a narrator whose account should not be fully trusted. Option A, iambic pentameter. Option B, tone. Option C, unreliable narrator. Option D, pastoral. The correct answer is option C, unreliable narrator. Unreliable narrator fits because it means a narrator whose account should not be fully trusted. Pastoral and tone refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Iambic pentameter is also different. Omniscient narrator knows many minds. Author is the real writer. Antagonist opposes the protagonist. Question 27. Preparing a CLEP style clue, can you identify the technique when narration follows a character's flowing perceptions, memories, and associations? Option A, heroic couplet. Option B, stream of consciousness. Option C, comedy of manners. Option D, allegory. The correct answer is option B, stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness fits because stream of consciousness tries to imitate mental flow and is central to many modernist novels. Heroic couplet is wrong because heroic couplet is a verse form. Allegory and comedy of manners describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 28. Among these titles, which one contains Grendel? Option A, Orinoco. Option B, Jane Eyre. Option C, Beowulf. Option D, Frankenstein. The correct answer is option C, Beowulf. Grendel is one of the monsters defeated by the hero in the Old English epic. The Canterbury Tales uses pilgrims, not monster combat. Paradise Lost centers on the fall. Wuthering Heights is a Victorian Gothic novel. Question 29. Which author is most closely associated with the importance of being earnest? Option A, Seamus Heaney. Option B, William Shakespeare. Option C, John Milton. Option D, Oscar Wilde. The correct answer is option D, Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde fits because the importance of being earnest is a late Victorian comedy of manners built on wit, double identities, and social satire. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. John Milton is linked to Paradise Lost. Seamus Heaney points instead to north, so it does not match this clue. Question 30. When Heart of Darkness appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A, George Orwell. Option B, Daniel Defoe. Option C, Joseph Conrad. Option D, Doris Lessing. The correct answer is option C, Joseph Conrad. Joseph Conrad fits because Heart of Darkness is a modern novella exploring imperialism, moral darkness, narration, and ambiguity. Daniel Defoe is linked to Robinson Crusoe. Doris Lessing is linked to The Golden Notebook. George Orwell points instead to 1984, so it does not match this clue. Question 31. Among these titles, which one contains the wife of Bath? Option A, Hamlet. Option B, The Temple. Option C, The Canterbury Tales. Option D, Tristram Shandy. The correct answer is option C, The Canterbury Tales. The Wife of Bath is one of Chaucer's pilgrims and is central to medieval estate satire. Beowulf belongs to Old English heroic epic. Jane Eyre is a Victorian novel. Waiting for Godot is modern absurdist drama. Question 32. Choose the work most closely linked with Aphrban. Option A, Orinoco. Option B, Great Expectations. Option C, Ellie Morte d'Arthur. Option D, The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. The correct answer is option A, Orinoco. Orinoco fits because it is Aphrban's work, an early prose narrative associated with colonialism, slavery, and heroic romance. Great Expectations is associated with Charles Dickens. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock is associated with T.S. Eliot. Ellie Morte d'Arthur belongs with Sir Thomas Malory, not this author clue. Question 33. Which author is most closely associated with Orinoco? Option A, John Bunyan. Option B, William Shakespeare. Option C, Chinua Achebe. Option D, Aphrban. The correct answer is option D, Aphrban. Aphrban fits because Orinoco is an early prose narrative associated with colonialism, slavery, and heroic romance. John Bunyan is linked to the Pilgrim's Progress, William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Chinua Achebe points instead to things fall apart, so it does not match this clue. Question 34. During work matching, which title belongs to Charles Dickens? Option A, Hard Times. Option B, Ode on a Grecian Urn. Option C, The Golden Notebook. Option D, The Rape of the Lock. The correct answer is option A, Hard Times. Hard Times fits because it is Charles Dickens's work, a Victorian social problem novel criticizing industrial utilitarianism and dehumanizing education. The Rape of the Lock is associated with Alexander Pope. The Golden Notebook is associated with Doris Lessing. Ode on a Grecian Urn belongs with John Keats, not this author clue. Question 35. When a review note mentions pilgrimage frames, estates, satire, romance, and the transition from Old to Middle English, which period fits? Option A, Renaissance. Option B, Middle English/Medieval. Option C, Post-colonial. Option D, Victorian. The correct answer is option B, Middle English/Medieval. Middle English/Medieval fits because it is commonly linked with pilgrimage frames, estates, satire, romance, and the transition from Old to Middle English. Renaissance is different because Renaissance writing is linked to humanism, drama, and sonnet sequences. Victorian and post-colonial point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 36. If a passage context shows empire, decolonization, language, cultural identity, displacement, and historical memory, which period is likely? Option A, Post-colonial/Commonwealth. Option B, Anglo-Saxon/Old English. Option C, Restoration. Option D, Metaphysical poetry. The correct answer is option A, Post-colonial/Commonwealth. Post-colonial/Commonwealth fits because it is commonly linked with empire, decolonization, language, cultural identity, displacement, and historical memory. Restoration is different because Restoration literature is linked with wit, theater, and comedy of manners. Metaphysical poetry and Anglo-Saxon/Old English point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 37. Preparing a CLEP-style clue, which term fits a passage where one thing is described as another without using like or as? Option A, metonymy. Option B, hyperbole. Option C, simile. Option D, metaphor. The correct answer is option D, metaphor. Metaphor fits because metaphor makes an implied comparison between unlike things. Simile is wrong because simile compares using like or as. Metonymy and hyperbole describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 38. When to his coy mistress appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Option B, Robert Browning. Option C, Andrew Marvell. Option D, Daniel Defoe. The correct answer is option C, Andrew Marvell. Andrew Marvell fits because To His Coy Mistress is a carpe diem metaphysical poem that moves from persuasion to urgency. Samuel Taylor Coleridge is linked to the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Daniel Defoe is linked to Robinson Crusoe. Robert Browning points instead to My Last Duchess, so it does not match this clue. Question 39. Which work is tied to Doris Lessing? Option A, The Tempest. Option B, The Golden Notebook. Option C, Sons and Lovers. Option D, Lyrical Ballads. The correct answer is option B, The Golden Notebook. The Golden Notebook fits because it is Doris Lessing's work, a post-war experimental novel linked with fragmentation, politics, identity, and women's experience. Sons and Lovers is associated with D. H. Lawrence. Lyrical Ballads is associated with William Wordsworth. The Tempest belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 40. Can a CLEP item about Matthew Arnold point to which work? Option A, Dover Beach. Option B, Preface to Shakespeare. Option C, Middlemarch. Option D, To His Coy Mistress. The correct answer is option A, Dover Beach. Dover Beach fits because it is Matthew Arnold's work, a Victorian lyric often linked with religious doubt, melancholy, and cultural uncertainty. To His Coy Mistress is associated with Andrew Marvell. Preface to Shakespeare is associated with Samuel Johnson. Middlemarch belongs with George Eliot, not this author clue. Question 41. Among these works, which one is by W. B. Yeats? Option A, Frankenstein. Option B, Sonnets. Option C, The Temple. Option D, The Second Coming. The correct answer is option D, The Second Coming. The Second Coming fits because it is W. B. Yeats's work, a modernist symbolic poem known for apocalyptic imagery and historical disorder. Sonnets is associated with William Shakespeare, The Temple is associated with George Herbert. Frankenstein belongs with Mary Shelley, not this author clue. Question 42. When Ulysses appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A. James Joyce. Option B. Virginia Woolf. Option C. George Orwell. Option D. Salman Rushdie. The correct answer is option A. James Joyce. James Joyce fits because Ulysses is a modernist novel associated with stream of consciousness, mythic parallels, and one-day structure. George Orwell is linked to 1984, Virginia Woolf is linked to Mrs. Dalloway. Salman Rushdie points instead to Midnight's Children, so it does not match this clue. Question 43. When a CLEP-style passage shows that a line moves mostly unstressed stressed 5 times, which answer works? Option A. Ballad stanza. Option B. Terza rima. Option C. Free verse. Option D. Iambic pentameter. The correct answer is option D. Iambic pentameter. Iambic pentameter fits because iambic pentameter is built from 5 iambs, creating the common 10-syllable rhythm used in much English verse and drama. Ballad stanza is wrong because ballad stanza is a narrative quatrain pattern, not a single 5-foot line. Free verse and terza rima describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 44. Comparing a CLEP-style clue during terminology review, which term matches the repetition of initial consonant sounds in nearby words? Option A. Terza rima. Option B. Kenning. Option C. Alliteration. Option D. Apostrophe. The correct answer is option C. Alliteration. Alliteration fits because it means the repetition of initial consonant sounds in nearby words. Terza rima and apostrophe refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Kenning is also different, assonance repeats vowel sounds, metaphor makes an implied comparison, satire mocks vice or folly. Question 45. Which work includes Jane Eyre and Rochester? Option A. The Temple. Option B. Macbeth. Option C. Lyrical ballads. Option D. Jane Eyre. The correct answer is option D. Jane Eyre. Jane and Rochester are central to Charlotte Bronte's Gothic Bildungsroman. Catherine and Heathcliff belong to Wuthering Heights, Elizabeth and Darcy belong to Pride and Prejudice, Vladimir and Estragon belong to Waiting for Godot. Question 46. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue, how would a clue about Daniel Defoe most likely be answered? Option A. The Canterbury Tales. Option B. Troilus and Cresside. Option C. Robinson Crusoe. Option D. Sonnets from the Portuguese. The correct answer is option C. Robinson Crusoe. Robinson Crusoe fits because it is Daniel Defoe's work, an early English novel using realism, survival narrative, and economic individualism. Troilus and Cresside is associated with Geoffrey Chaucer. The Canterbury Tales is associated with Geoffrey Chaucer. Sonnets from the Portuguese belongs with Elizabeth Barrett Browning, not this author clue. Question 47. Should Frankenstein be matched with which writer? Option A. William Shakespeare. Option B. Emily Bronte. Option C. Mary Shelley. Option D. Christopher Marlowe. The correct answer is option C. Mary Shelley. Mary Shelley fits because Frankenstein is a Gothic and romantic novel about creation, responsibility, isolation, and ambition. Emily Bronte is linked to Wuthering Heights, William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Christopher Marlowe points instead to Dr. Faustus, so it does not match this clue. Question 48. Studying a CLEP-style clue, how should a character clue about Hamlet be answered? Option A. The Temple. Option B. Wuthering Heights. Option C. Hamlet. Option D. Volpone. The correct answer is option C. Hamlet. Hamlet is Shakespeare's Prince of Denmark in the revenge tragedy. Othello centers on jealousy, Volpone is Jonson's satire, Paradise Lost is Milton's epic. Question 49. Which work is tied to Edmund Spenser? Option A. Wuthering Heights. Option B. The Fairy Queen. Option C. Ellie Morte d'Arthur. Option D. Olmrose. The correct answer is option B. The Fairy Queen. The Fairy Queen fits because it is Edmund Spenser's work, an allegorical Renaissance epic romance written in the Spenserian stanza. Wuthering Heights is associated with Emily Bronte, Ellie Morte d'Arthur is associated with Sir Thomas Malory. Olmrose belongs with Derek Walcott, not this author clue. Question 50. Spotting that a strong pause interrupts the middle of a poetic line should lead to which term? Option A. Assonance. Option B. Caesura. Option C. Enjambment. Option D. Octave. The correct answer is option B. Caesura. Caesura fits because caesura names a pause within a line, often marked by punctuation or a natural break in speech. Enjambment is wrong because enjambment carries syntax across a line break. Octave and assonance describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 51. When Christian appears in a CLEP-style item, which work fits? Option A. Midnight's Children. Option B. The Pilgrim's Progress. Option C. The Canterbury Tales. Option D. Ode to the West Wind. The correct answer is option B. The Pilgrim's Progress. Christian is the allegorical pilgrim whose journey represents spiritual life. Gulliver is Swift's traveler, Hamlet is Shakespeare's prince, Prufrock is Eliot's anxious speaker. Question 52. Identify the device described as a poem in which a single speaker reveals character while addressing an implied listener. Option A. Tone. Option B. Kenning. Option C. Terza rima. Option D. Dramatic monologue. The correct answer is option D. Dramatic monologue. Dramatic monologue fits because it means a poem in which a single speaker reveals character while addressing an implied listener. Tone and kenning refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Terza rima is also different. Elegy mourns the dead, epic narrates heroic action, ode is a formal lyric of praise or meditation. Question 53. Which author is most closely associated with the Golden Notebook? Option A. Chinua Achebe. Option B. Percy Bysshe Shelley. Option C. Doris Lessing. Option D. Jonathan Swift. The correct answer is option C. Doris Lessing. Doris Lessing fits because The Golden Notebook is a post-war experimental novel linked with fragmentation, politics, identity, and women's experience. Jonathan Swift is linked to Gulliver's Travels. Percy Bysshe Shelley is linked to Ode to the West Wind. Chinua Achebe points instead to Things Fall Apart, so it does not match this clue. Question 54. Comparing a CLEP-style clue when Midnight's Children appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A. William Shakespeare. Option B. Salman Rushdie. Option C. Kazuo Ishiguro. Option D. Doris Lessing. The correct answer is option B. Salman Rushdie. Salman Rushdie fits because Midnight's Children is a post-colonial novel using magical realism to connect personal and national history. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Kazuo Ishiguro is linked to The Remains of the Day. Doris Lessing points instead to The Golden Notebook, so it does not match this clue. Question 55. Select a term for the voice that tells a story. Option A. Unreliable narrator. Option B. Conceit. Option C. Paradox. Option D. Narrator. The correct answer is option D. Narrator. Narrator fits because it means the voice that tells a story. Unreliable narrator and conceit refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Paradox is also different. Author is the actual writer. Protagonist is a leading character. Audience is the reader or viewer. Question 56. How is the speaker's or author's attitude toward the subject usually labeled? Option A. Rhyme scheme. Option B. Tone. Option C. Dramatic monologue. Option D. Narrator. The correct answer is option B. Tone. Tone fits because it means the speaker's or author's attitude toward the subject. Dramatic monologue and narrator refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Rhyme scheme is also different. Mood is the feeling created in the reader. Plot is event sequence. Meter is rhythmic pattern. Question 57. Preparing a CLEP-style clue. If you see Seamus Heaney, which title should you remember? Option A. North. Option B. The Golden Notebook. Option C. Hamlet. Option D. The Importance of Being Earnest. The correct answer is option A. North. North fits because it is Seamus Heaney's work, a modern poetry collection often linked with history, violence, bog imagery, and memory. The Importance of Being Earnest is associated with Oscar Wilde. The Golden Notebook is associated with Doris Lessing. Hamlet belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 58. Studying a CLEP-style clue, recognizing Pip and Miss Havisham points to which work? Option A. Hamlet. Option B. Dover Beach. Option C. Ode on a Grecian Urn. Option D. Great Expectations. The correct answer is option D. Great Expectations. Pip and Miss Havisham belong to Dickens's Victorian novel about class, guilt, and moral growth. Tess belongs to Hardy. Stephen Dedalus belongs to Joyce. Okonkwo belongs to Achebe. Question 59. When a CLEP-style passage shows that a poem treats a small social event with the grand language of epic, which answer works? Option A. Pastoral. Option B. Tragedy. Option C. Mock epic. Option D. Elegy. The correct answer is option C. Mock epic. Mock epic fits because mock epic creates comic contrast by applying epic conventions to an intentionally trivial subject. Tragedy is wrong because tragedy treats serious suffering and downfall. Elegy and pastoral describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 60. During character review, which work belongs with the Duke describing a portrait? Option A. Othello. Option B. My Last Duchess. Option C. Ulysses. Option D. Pride and Prejudice. The correct answer is option B. My Last Duchess. Browning's Duke reveals control and jealousy while speaking about the portrait of his last duchess. Tennyson's elegy mourns Arthur Hallam. Arnold's lyric reflects faith and doubt. Keats's ode meditates on art. Question 61. Among these terms, which one names drama focused on serious conflict, suffering, and often a fall or death? Option A. Tragedy. Option B. Iambic pentameter. Option C. Metaphor. Option D. Enjambment. The correct answer is option A. Tragedy. Tragedy fits because it means drama focused on serious conflict, suffering, and often a fall or death. Iambic pentameter and enjambment refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Metaphor is also different. Comedy usually moves towards social restoration, farce depends on broad absurdity, pastoral idealizes rural life. Question 62. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue, how should a CLEP author clue for the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock be answered? Option A. Lawrence Sterne. Option B. Derek Walcott. Option C. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option D. T.S. Eliot. The correct answer is option D. T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot fits because the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock is a modernist dramatic monologue about paralysis, self-consciousness, and urban alienation. Derek Walcott is linked to Omrose. Elizabeth Barrett Browning is linked to sonnets from the Portuguese. Lawrence Sterne points instead to Tristram Shandy, so it does not match this clue. Question 63. Can the Canterbury Tales help identify which author? Option A. Doris Lessing. Option B. Geoffrey Chaucer. Option C. Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Option D. Jonathan Swift. The correct answer is option B. Geoffrey Chaucer. Geoffrey Chaucer fits because the Canterbury Tales is a Middle English frame narrative that uses pilgrims to create a state satire. Jonathan Swift is linked to Gulliver's Travels. Doris Lessing is linked to the Golden Notebook. Alfred, Lord Tennyson points instead to In Memoriam AHH, so it does not match this clue. Question 64. Comparing a CLEP-style clue, which work includes Lady Macbeth? Option A. The Wasteland. Option B. Macbeth. Option C. Mrs. Dalloway. Option D. Midnight's Children. The correct answer is option B. Macbeth. Lady Macbeth belongs to the tragedy of ambition and guilt surrounding Duncan's murder. Hamlet focuses on a Danish prince. The Rape of the Lock satirizes social vanity. Middlemarch is a realist Victorian novel. Question 65. Tracing a CLEP-style clue, how is narration that imitates the flow of a character's thoughts and perceptions usually labeled? Option A. Stream of consciousness. Option B. Villanelle. Option C. Apostrophe. Option D. Tone. The correct answer is option A. Stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness fits because it means narration that imitates the flow of a character's thoughts and perceptions. Apostrophe and villanelle refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Tone is also different. Omniscient narration surveys many minds. Allegory uses symbolic action. Satire mocks social errors. Question 66. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue. If a poem uses a statement that seems contradictory but reveals a deeper truth, which device is present? Option A. Caesura. Option B. Irony. Option C. Sonnet. Option D. Paradox. The correct answer is option D. Paradox. Paradox fits because it means a statement that seems contradictory but reveals a deeper truth. Caesura and sonnet refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Irony is also different. Hyperbole exaggerates, allusion references outside material, enjambment carries syntax across lines. Question 67. How should a reader label a passage where a prose passage ridicules pride and social corruption to criticize them? Option A. Romance. Option B. Ode. Option C. Satire. Option D. Elegy. The correct answer is option C. Satire. Satire fits because satire uses ridicule, irony, and exaggeration to expose vice or folly. Elegy is wrong because elegy laments loss. Romance and ode describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 68. Which work is tied to Mary Shelley? Option A. Ulysses. Option B. Frankenstein. Option C. Dover Beach. Option D. Macbeth. The correct answer is option B, Frankenstein. Frankenstein fits because it is Mary Shelley's work, a Gothic and romantic novel about creation, responsibility, isolation, and ambition. Macbeth is associated with William Shakespeare, Dover Beach is associated with Matthew Arnold. Ulysses belongs with James Joyce, not this author. Clue. Question 69. Identify the writer normally connected with Omeros. Option A, Kazuo Ishiguro. Option B, Derek Walcott. Option C, Oscar Wilde. Option D, William Wordsworth. The correct answer is option B, Derek Walcott. Derek Walcott fits because Omeros is a Caribbean epic that reworks classical forms through post-colonial history and island experience. William Wordsworth is linked to lyrical ballads, Kazuo Ishiguro is linked to the remains of the day. Oscar Wilde points instead to the importance of being earnest, so it does not match this clue. Question 70. Examining a CLEP-style clue. When a CLEP-style passage shows that third-person narration slips into a character's private language and thoughts, which answer works? Option A, frame narrative. Option B, free indirect discourse. Option C, soliloquy. Option D, mock epic. The correct answer is option B, free indirect discourse. Free indirect discourse fits because free indirect discourse blends third-person narration with a character's inner voice, a technique important in Austen and later fiction. Soliloquy is wrong because soliloquy is a dramatic speech. Frame narrative and mock epic describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 71. Choose the work most closely linked with Salman Rushdie. Option A, The Remains of the Day. Option B, Heart of Darkness. Option C, In Memoriam AHH. Option D, Midnight's Children. The correct answer is option D, Midnight's Children. Midnight's Children fits because it is Salman Rushdie's work, a post-colonial novel using magical realism to connect personal and national history. Heart of Darkness is associated with Joseph Conrad, The Remains of the Day is associated with Kazuo Ishiguro. In Memoriam AHH belongs with Alfred, Lord Tennyson, not this author. Clue. Question 72. On a CLEP study card, which writer belongs with Hamlet? Option A, Salman Rushdie. Option B, William Shakespeare. Option C, T.S. Eliot. Option D, Mary Shelley. The correct answer is option B, William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare fits because Hamlet is a revenge tragedy centered on delay, conscience, performance, and corruption. Mary Shelley is linked to Frankenstein. T.S. Eliot is linked to The Waste Land. Salman Rushdie points instead to Midnight's Children, so it does not match this clue. Question 73. During terminology review, which term matches a comparison using like or as? Option A, simile. Option B, assonance. Option C, metonymy. Option D, allegory. The correct answer is option A, simile. Simile fits because it means a comparison using like or as. Allegory and assonance refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Metonymy is also different. Metaphor makes an implied comparison, metonymy uses association, paradox joins apparent contradiction. Question 74. Select a term for a 14-line lyric poem usually written in iambic pentameter. Option A, sonnet. Option B, personification. Option C, blank verse. Option D, unreliable narrator. The correct answer is option A, sonnet. Sonnet fits because it means a 14-line lyric poem usually written in iambic pentameter. Personification and unreliable narrator refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Blank verse is also different. Ballad is a song-like narrative, epic is long and heroic, essay is nonfiction prose. Question 75. Tracing a CLEP-style clue, how should a reader label a passage where a comparison explicitly uses like or as? Option A, simile. Option B, synecdoche. Option C, paradox. Option D, metaphor. The correct answer is option A, simile. Simile fits because simile is the figure of comparison signaled by words such as like or as. Metaphor is wrong because metaphor implies comparison without those words. Synecdoche and paradox describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 76. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue. If a poem uses the 6-line unit that often follows the octave in a Petrarchan sonnet, which device is present? Option A, sestet. Option B, assonance. Option C, symbolism. Option D, free indirect discourse. The correct answer is option A, sestet. Sestet fits because it means the six-line unit that often follows the octave in a Petrarchan sonnet. Free indirect discourse and symbolism refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Assonance is also different, octave is 8 lines, couplet is 2 lines, refrain is repeated language. Question 77. Recognizing a 19-line poem with repeated lines and 2 repeating rhymes points to which term? Option A, pastoral. Option B, satire. Option C, villanelle. Option D, symbolism. The correct answer is option C, villanelle. Villanelle fits because it means a 19-line poem with repeated lines and 2 repeating rhymes. Pastoral and symbolism refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Satire is also different, sonnet has 14 lines, ode is a formal lyric, epic is a long heroic narrative. Question 78. Which work is tied to Kazuo Ishiguro? Option A, Othello. Option B, The Remains of the Day. Option C, Hamlet. Option D, Things Fall Apart. The correct answer is option B, The Remains of the Day. The Remains of the Day fits because it is Kazuo Ishiguro's work, a late 20th century novel about memory, restraint, class, and missed emotional truth. Hamlet is associated with William Shakespeare, Othello is associated with William Shakespeare. Things Fall Apart belongs with Chinua Achebe, not this author clue. Question 79. Can Songs of Innocence and Experience help identify which author? Option A, George Orwell. Option B, William Blake. Option C, Virginia Woolf. Option D, Andrew Marvell. The correct answer is option B, William Blake. William Blake fits because Songs of Innocence and Experience is visionary poems contrasting innocence, experience, social oppression and spiritual perception. George Orwell is linked to 1984, Andrew Marvell is linked to his coy mistress. Virginia Woolf points instead to Mrs. Dalloway, so it does not match this clue. Question 80. On a CLEP study card, which writer belongs with Wuthering Heights? Option A, John Milton. Option B, William Shakespeare. Option C, Emily Bronte. Option D, Percy Bysshe Shelley. The correct answer is option C, Emily Bronte. Emily Bronte fits because Wuthering Heights is a Gothic Victorian novel of passion, revenge, setting, and layered narration. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet, Percy Bysshe Shelley is linked to Ode to the West Wind. John Milton points instead to Paradise Lost, so it does not match this clue. Question 81. Identify the device described as the repetition of vowel sounds without repeating the same consonants. Option A, epic. Option B, assonance. Option C, couplet. Option D, kenning. The correct answer is option B, assonance. Assonance fits because it means the repetition of vowel sounds without repeating the same consonants. Couplet and kenning refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Epic is also different, alliteration repeats initial consonants, consonance repeats consonant sounds, irony depends on contrast. Question 82. When Henry Fielding appears in review, which title fits? Option A, The Wasteland. Option B, The Remains of the Day. Option C, Tom Jones. Option D, Songs of Innocence and Experience. The correct answer is option C, Tom Jones. Tom Jones fits because it is Henry Fielding's work, a comic realist novel known for an intrusive narrator and carefully plotted action. Songs of Innocence and Experience is associated with William Blake, The Wasteland is associated with T.S. Eliot. The Remains of the Day belongs with Kazuo Ishiguro, not this author clue. Question 83. Testing a CLEP-style clue, can Mrs. Dalloway help identify which author? Option A, Sir Thomas Malory. Option B, Virginia Woolf. Option C, William Shakespeare. Option D, John Keats. The correct answer is option B, Virginia Woolf. Virginia Woolf fits because Mrs. Dalloway is a modernist novel using stream of consciousness, memory, and a single-day structure. John Keats is linked to Ode on a Grecian Urn, Sir Thomas Malory is linked to Ellie Morte d'Arthur. William Shakespeare points instead to Hamlet, so it does not match this clue. Question 84. Comparing a CLEP-style clue on a CLEP study card, which writer belongs with My Last Duchess? Option A, Charlotte Bronte. Option B, Geoffrey Chaucer. Option C, Robert Browning. Option D, George Orwell. The correct answer is option C, Robert Browning. Robert Browning fits because My Last Duchess is a dramatic monologue revealing character through a speaker's controlled self-exposure. Geoffrey Chaucer is linked to the Canterbury Tales, George Orwell is linked to 1984. Charlotte Bronte points instead to Jane Eyre, so it does not match this clue. Question 85. Tracing a CLEP-style clue, how would a clue about John Milton most likely be answered? Option A. To his coy mistress. Option B. Paradise Lost. Option C. In Memoriam AHH. Option D. Don Juan. The correct answer is option B. Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost fits because it is John Milton's work, a blank verse epic on the fall, Satan, obedience, free will and divine justice. To his coy mistress is associated with Andrew Marvell. Don Juan is associated with Lord Byron. In Memoriam AHH belongs with Alfred, Lord Tennyson, not this author clue. Question 86. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue, if you see George Eliot, which title should you remember? Option A. Middlemarch. Option B. The Tempest. Option C. A Midsummer Night's Dream. Option D. Omrose. The correct answer is option A. Middlemarch. Middlemarch fits because it is George Eliot's work, a realist Victorian novel known for social breadth, moral complexity and Dorothea Brooke. A Midsummer Night's Dream is associated with William Shakespeare. The Tempest is associated with William Shakespeare. Omrose belongs with Derek Walcott, not this author clue. Question 87. Can preface to Shakespeare help identify which author? Option A. Samuel Johnson. Option B. Aphra Behn. Option C. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option D. Matthew Arnold. The correct answer is option A. Samuel Johnson. Samuel Johnson fits because Preface to Shakespeare is an important neoclassical critical essay defending Shakespeare while noting faults. Matthew Arnold is linked to Dover Beach, Aphra Behn is linked to Orinoco. Elizabeth Barrett Browning points instead to sonnets from the Portuguese, so it does not match this clue. Question 88. Studying a CLEP-style clue, which work is tied to Alfred, Lord Tennyson? Option A. In Memoriam AHH. Option B. Great Expectations. Option C. The Canterbury Tales. Option D. Tess of the D'Urbervilles. The correct answer is option A. In Memoriam AHH. In Memoriam AHH fits because it is Alfred, Lord Tennyson's work, a Victorian elegy that wrestles with grief, faith, science, and doubt. The Canterbury Tales is associated with Geoffrey Chaucer. Tess of the D'Urbervilles is associated with Thomas Hardy. Great Expectations belongs with Charles Dickens, not this author clue. Question 89. Can a CLEP item about Jane Austen point to which work? Option A. Preface to Shakespeare. Option B. Pride and Prejudice. Option C. Things Fall Apart. Option D. Robinson Crusoe. The correct answer is option B. Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice fits because it is Jane Austen's work, a novel of manners centered on courtship, class, irony, and moral judgment. Preface to Shakespeare is associated with Samuel Johnson. Robinson Crusoe is associated with Daniel Defoe. Things Fall Apart belongs with Chinua Achebe, not this author clue. Question 90. Examining a CLEP-style clue among these works, which one is by George Herbert? Option A. The Temple. Option B. Tom Jones. Option C. The Wasteland. Option D. Dr. Faustus. The correct answer is option A. The Temple. The Temple fits because it is George Herbert's work, a collection of devotional metaphysical poems shaped by faith, pattern, and spiritual conflict. Dr. Faustus is associated with Christopher Marlowe. The Wasteland is associated with T.S. Eliot. Tom Jones belongs with Henry Fielding, not this author clue. Question 91. Can Dr. Faustus help identify which author? Option A. William Shakespeare. Option B. Christopher Marlowe. Option C. Salman Rushdie. Option D. Samuel Beckett. The correct answer is option B. Christopher Marlowe. Christopher Marlowe fits because Dr. Faustus is a Renaissance tragedy about ambition, forbidden knowledge, and a bargain with the devil. Salman Rushdie is linked to Midnight's Children. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Samuel Beckett points instead to Waiting for Godot, so it does not match this clue. Question 92. On a CLEP study card, which writer belongs with The Tempest? Option A. Henry Fielding. Option B. William Shakespeare. Option C. W.B. Yeats. Option D. Samuel Johnson. The correct answer is option B. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare fits because The Tempest is a late romance involving Prospero, magic, forgiveness, and colonial questions. Samuel Johnson is linked to Preface to Shakespeare. Henry Fielding is linked to Tom Jones. W.B. Yeats points instead to The Second Coming, so it does not match this clue. Question 93. During work matching, which title belongs to Joseph Conrad? Option A. Heart of Darkness. Option B. Lyrical Ballads. Option C. Don Juan. Option D. The Second Coming. The correct answer is option A. Heart of Darkness. Heart of Darkness fits because it is Joseph Conrad's work, a modern novella exploring imperialism, moral darkness, narration, and ambiguity. Don Juan is associated with Lord Byron. The Second Coming is associated with W.B. Yeats. Lyrical Ballads belongs with William Wordsworth, not this author. Clue. Question 94. Who wrote Don Juan? Option A. Andrew Marvell. Option B. Lord Byron. Option C. Seamus Heaney. Option D. Chinua Achebe. The correct answer is option B. Lord Byron. Lord Byron fits because Don Juan is a witty satirical verse narrative associated with the Byronic voice and social critique. Chinua Achebe is linked to Things Fall Apart. Andrew Marvell is linked to his coy mistress. Seamus Heaney points instead to North, so it does not match this clue. Question 95. If a poem uses unrhymed iambic pentameter, which device is present? Option A. Blank verse. Option B. Ode. Option C. Dramatic irony. Option D. Kenning. The correct answer is option A. Blank verse. Blank verse fits because it means unrhymed iambic pentameter. Ode and dramatic irony refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Kenning is also different. Free verse has no regular meter. Heroic couplets rhyme in pairs. Ballads usually use narrative stanzas. Question 96. If a clue names lyrical ballads, which author is expected? Option A. William Wordsworth. Option B. Salman Rushdie. Option C. William Shakespeare. Option D. Samuel Taylor Coleridge. The correct answer is option A. William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth fits because Lyrical Ballads is a landmark romantic collection favoring ordinary language, nature, feeling, and imagination. Salman Rushdie is linked to Midnight's Children. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Samuel Taylor Coleridge points instead to the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, so it does not match this clue. Question 97. Which term describes a contrast between expectation and reality or between literal and intended meaning? Option A. Irony. Option B. Dramatic irony. Option C. Satire. Option D. Gothic. The correct answer is option A. Irony. Irony fits because it means a contrast between expectation and reality or between literal and intended meaning. Satire and Gothic refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Dramatic irony is also different. Imagery appeals to the senses, meter organizes rhythm, symbolism uses objects to suggest larger meanings. Question 98. Can a CLEP item about Emily Bronte point to which work? Option A. Sonnets. Option B. 1984. Option C. Wuthering Heights. Option D. Robinson Crusoe. The correct answer is option C. Wuthering Heights. Wuthering Heights fits because it is Emily Bronte's work, a Gothic Victorian novel of passion, revenge, setting, and layered narration. 1984 is associated with George Orwell. Sonnets is associated with William Shakespeare. Robinson Crusoe belongs with Daniel Defoe, not this author. Clue. Question 99. During author review, which writer belongs with Ode to the West Wind? Option A. Percy Bysshe Shelley. Option B. James Joyce. Option C. John Milton. Option D. Virginia Woolf. The correct answer is option A. Percy Bysshe Shelley. Percy Bysshe Shelley fits because Ode to the West Wind is a romantic ode that treats nature as destructive, creative, and revolutionary power. Virginia Woolf is linked to Mrs. Dalloway. John Milton is linked to Paradise Lost. James Joyce points instead to Ulysses, so it does not match this clue. Question 100. Can you identify the technique when an image or idea keeps recurring and builds meaning across a work? Option A. Motif. Option B. Theme. Option C. Diction. Option D. Meter. The correct answer is option A. Motif. Motif fits because motif is a recurring element that supports themes and patterns in a text. Theme is wrong because theme is the broader insight or central idea. Meter and diction describe different features, so they do not fit this clue.